Okay, so this is the video for lab number 1. This first video is going to show you how to use Multisim. Multisim is basically a tool to create circuits and other things. It comes with a bunch of components for you to measure your built circuits. It's basically the online version of anything you could do on a breadboard using a function generator, oscilloscope, whatever else. It's a helpful teaching tool, especially in EE206. So we'll start by starting with your start menu, and you can go to Multisim. Okay, so to start a program or a circuit, you can tap on New, and from there it'll ask you to create a project. You can hit a blank and create. You can see in the left it made a new design for us. Multisim has a bunch of functions you can do. You can open old circuits you've made, open samples, and to the left is the components that are used on Multisim. We have the sources, your basic components like resistors, your diodes, transistor, and the rest of all those functions. And on this side, we're using a place indicator also. Up to the right, there's the multimeter, which you can use to measure voltage, current, function generator, watt meter, oscilloscope, frequency counter, and a bunch more other applications you can use to further understand your circuit. But for now, we'll start with what the lab is telling you to do, and that is to analyze a circuit that you were given in figure 1. So we'll start by adding a source. And you can go in here and you'll hit power sources. From there, you'll want to click on DC power because we are working in DC for this lab. You can tap anywhere on your screen and it'll place it there. It'll automatically bring you back into the component menu. From there, you'll pick ground because you're going to need that to complete your circuit. Next, we'll scroll down from sources to basics. From there, you can see resistors. We'll need two 1 kilo ohms, and one 10 kilo ohm. Now we're going to scroll over and use the multimeter button on the far right. You can place it on your screen anywhere. And we're going to check the resistance of each resistor just to assure you that what you're measuring is what you're going to get. Alright, and then to actually measure resistance, we will hit play on up in the center of the screen with the green button. You can view the measurements by double-clicking on each multimeter. And since we're measuring resistance, we'll switch to ohms. We'll hit the green play button, and it assures us that the resistors we have chosen are what we expected them to be. Now from here, you have to stop it, and you can delete out the wires and the multimeters. To change anything on your program, you're going to have to stop it from running. And next we'll create the circuit shown in figure 1. Alright, to get the resistors that we want, you can do Control R, and that'll rotate it from up and down or left and right. And then in this lab, it calls for the voltage to have a value of 5 volts, so you can change it from the given to whatever you're expected to have. Alright, so next we're going to measure the voltage across each resistor, and to do so you need to be connected in parallel with each resistor. Alright, now we'll run the program, and you can double tap on each multimeter to see what your resistance is. You can change it to voltage. Alright, and then you can take note of those values and check it with what you know from your EE 206 class. Next, we will measure the current through each resistor, and to do so you need to be connected in series with the ammeter, not in parallel like the voltage for the resistors. Alright, so again we can run the program and change to amps because that's what we measure current in. And you can use Kirchhoff's current law to check that these are accurate. Now we'll show you the equivalent resistance over the entire circuit. So you can replace the voltage source with the multimeter and finish connecting your circuit. Since we're measuring resistance, we'll change it to ohms, hit run, and we'll see the overall resistance. And the last thing we'll show you on this video is how to use the voltage meter and the ammeter to measure voltage and current. So we'll add back our source. To find the voltmeter and the ammeter, you'll scroll down to indicators. From there you can click on voltmeter. H means horizontal, V means vertical. You can pick which ones you want. We'll change the resistance back to 5. The voltage back to 5. And we'll connect the voltmeters in parallel again with the resistors. And we can run the program and it'll give us our voltage readings. Alright, we'll stop and take out the voltmeters and put in the ammeters, which we will have to do in series with each resistor. Alright, we'll hit play again, and the readings will show us the current going through each resistor. And that's all for this video. The next video will be an introduction to the MyDAC and LabVIEW tools.